guys, I decided to release one more free video for the Minotaur tutorial. Enjoy it and check out my Patreon for more epic content. So this is exactly where we finished last tutorial. We have pretty good twister skinning here, but there's a problem of volume loss under the armpit. We can fix it by using a bake deformation skinning trick. Let's open this scene in another window. Hey guys, so sometimes automatic skinning does better job than manually painting weights, and sometimes we want to leverage it. So in this case, what I'll do, I'll just grab my rig here and just unbind it, and then I'll just grab all the joints that I want to skin. Like I have a little select set, but basically it's all the joints without the root. Then I'm just going to shift click on my mesh, go skin bind skin, and then I'm just going to make sure it's selected joints, closest distance, 6, and check all this. And actually, instead of closest distance, you can use heat map, and you can experiment with different levels of fall off to see if your weights are smooth or rough. But yeah, just go for that, and that will generate smooth weights for you. You can also do another thing here. So like for instance, like there's this thing here where like there's this, big volume thing, right? But you can reduce it and you can use a deformer, like a tension deformer, for instance. And so if you apply it to your mesh now, you will see changes. And you can also do another deformer, DeltaMush, right? So you can now go in and tweak the settings of those. You can add iterations, and so that will make it distribute the weights a little bit better. With the tension, you can also increase iterations and smoothing step size. And so once you hit something that you like, then you can bake those weights back to skinning, right? And so to do that, well, first of all, you have all those joints here and they're connected to things right now in this rig. So the first thing I would recommend is completely like disconnect your skeleton. So what you can do is like just select the Kyra key. And ideally, you want to select only the joints in that Kyra key. So here, if you just want to select only joints, what you can do is show selected types. And so what you can do is you can select that, show selected types, and now it's only going to show joints. And so with all those joints selected, what you want to do is first of all, either you want to mute them or disconnect them from things. So I recommend just maybe mute if you don't want to break your rig, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna not save that scene. We can just mute it and you can click it twice, mute selected, and then show all. And then obviously we want to also find all the IKs here. So maybe effector, or actually like we can just go to IK group and we know where all our IKs are. In that case, we only have the leg IKs, so all we have to do here is just set the IK blend to 0. Oh, there's an IK spline here as well. Oh yeah, don't forget the IK spline. So you just wanna 0 that IK blend, and now your rig is not doing anything to this model. So now let's use this tool here called Bake Deformation to Skin Weights. So basically now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna what you have to do here is pretty simple. Like you just mill drag the root into skeleton, and you can mill drag it again into the second skeleton because it's just gonna bake it on this and bake it on from this to this. Then here you just bring your mesh. Number of influences, I would recommend probably maybe 6. And then you just say apply and close. So it's supposed to go through every joint and calculate the weights based on the deformers it has. Let's see if it works. So as you can see, if you select your mesh now, it has only the skin cluster. So it's supposedly baked the DeltaMush and tension. So let's see now if this is any better. And you can see it is. It preserves volume much better and it's much smoother. So those are the ways we want to use in the other scene. So what we're going to do, we're going to launch ngSkinTool and we're just going to um, open it up and then uh, initialize the layers, and we can name this smooth uh, weights or something like that. And then file export to JSON, and we want to export those weights. We want to export those weights as smooth weights and save them. So that's what we're going to do here. I already have it, but I'm going to replace it. Okay. And so now let's get back to it and let's see in another scene how we can apply them. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to check out my Patreon and website. I offer even more in-depth tutorials, many of them free, but the best and most exclusive content is on Patreon. There, I share my game development journey and create regular rigging and character game dev courses. By supporting me, you're helping me create more quality content, and we both win. Visit my website at cornica3d-click, or join me on Patreon, patreon.com/cornica3d. Thanks for your support. Yeah, so we're actually hitting some kind of a good equilibrium here. Now there is something here that I don't really like how this works. We can fix that by bringing the smoothed version of this skinning. So let's try that. So like I'm just gonna initialize it, and this is my like smooth. This is my like fixed twister, right? But then file import, and then you want to bring your smooth weights by vertex ID. And let's see how that works, if that works any better. Yeah, so that looks a little bit better, especially in that chest area. So I feel like those smooth weights did a way better job in the chest and the legs. So I'm just gonna mask that layer. So I'm gonna select this and then maybe this. And also that, because I really want to make sure that I have my legs sorted out too. So I'm just going to do this and grow my selection with Shift dot to that point. Now, I don't want to influence the tail for sure, because the tail is pretty good the way it is. Just go to component mode, control drag, and deselect. I also don't want to influence that because that was not good. Maybe up to this point is fine, you know. And I also don't want to change the neck because the neck was pretty good. So that looks pretty nice to me, and I could just mirror this across too, so I can just deselect this part. So go paint, and then mask, I'd say just flat to 1. And you can go to mirror, and you can just mirror mask, basically, like right now. Don't mirror the weights, but just mirror the mask. But to do that, you might need to just go select the whole thing, press Y, and then mirror. Yeah, so there you go. There's the mask mirrored, and you can do check this on again just in case, and go smooth and flat smooth a whole bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see how that works now. So this is, you see, it's better, and this is also better, but I don't like how this shoulder is behaving right now. So that's something that this smooth version had that I didn't like. So just intensity. Just go to that smooth mask. We just have to replace it to 0 for that area, because I don't like how it behaved. Maybe here as well, and then you can just unpaint that area and then just kind of smooth it with Shift. So smoothing intensity has to be increased to something digestible. Yeah, there we go. So that could potentially help a little bit. Yeah, so let's see how that works. Yeah, so you see like that's working much better now. It's working actually quite nice. You could have a little bit better result too if you spend more time on it. And you can see how this leg is also behaving quite nice. There's something going on there which shouldn't be going on, so yeah, there's some back and forth unfortunately with those weights. So we'll need to tweak that. Maybe we can reduce the amount that they influence to just see if that fixes, but less. Like if you go to that effects of that layer, you can say opacity is 0.7, and now it's going to be less of that. See what I mean? There you go. So it's a constant refinement, but you can get there. Okay, I'm going to delete my custom nodes, rebuild this on the other side, and mirror weights. So how did I do this? Well, duplicate this, rename it to 02, delete that constraint inside, and then I believe that one was a little bit lower, so I had that one at 20, yeah. So here is going to be minus 20. And that one I can also duplicate, and that one was 02 as well, but that one was at 6, minus 6 it's going to be. This one. You can also enable, if you want, on your twisters. You can go display, transform display local rotation axis. And then what you can do is parent constraint between this and this. So like those two will constrain that one. And then you can do, make sure it's shortest. And then the twist will be 2 and this will be 1. Like on the other side, and here grab the elbow and this guy and this, constraint orient. Now this again will be, so yeah, open the right constraint, go shortest, and then lower arm 2. And now you see that we don't really have the same situation here, so we need to mirror it. So as you edit those joints here, the new ones, they're not really in the skinning right now. You see like you don't have this skinned at all. And that, so we need to add them. So grab them, edit influences, add, lock to 0, and then now you can go paint and you can actually mirror, and with that it should now do it. Let's see that again. The setting, edit mapping, name. So yeah, the twisters are recognizing each other. Perfect, so apply. And now last try, mirror. And there you go. It's all mirrored. Just needed to apply. Yeah, so just check your whole rig and looks good. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey everyone, some sections of this tutorial are available for free, while the other, more epic content is exclusive to my patrons. Join my Patreon if you're interested in diving deeper into topics like corrective deformations with twisters and blend shapes, integrating the ML Deformer, and setting everything up in Unreal Engine. I'll guide you through animating the Minotaur and building a complete animation system in Unreal. These upcoming videos, along with many other exclusive tutorials, tools and resources, will be available to my amazing supporters on Patreon. By joining, you'll not only unlock the rest of this course, but also gain access to treasure trove of rigging and animation content to boost your skills and streamline your workflow. If that sounds exciting, head over to my Patreon at patreon.com/Kornika3D, become patron today, and let's keep building epic rigs together. Thanks so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.